Welcome back to another video. Before I get started into what I wanted to say, I want to try something new with my videos. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, that this art channel, yes, is an art channel because I am an artist and that is what I enjoy doing. So obviously I'm going to showcase the things that I enjoy doing, right? But I also want to use this channel as a way to encourage people, regardless of the medium that you do, even if you're not an artist, just in general, from a metaphysical and a spiritual perspective, to get back into being more aware of your childlike spirit and nurturing and feeding your childlike spirit, as opposed to being on the go all the time. I'm not sure about the lighting situation because I started late, so if it gets dark, it gets dark. But what I wanted to speak on really was, but yeah, encouraging people to tap into their childlike spirit, which I believe is very important, especially in these times where it just seems like the world is trying to callous the hearts of everyone and make everyone a model citizen or just depressed. I live in the US and there's just like sometimes I'm more aware of it now because I get closer to God and more spiritually aware, but sometimes there's like a overarching negative spirit that kind of looms over the earth, but really like over this country, I feel like. And I know like people may say, well, you maybe it's just your area, but I don't think so. I feel like, and I've been hearing more testimonials of people that used to live in the US and then they leave. They go live somewhere else and they're staying from day one. Everything just feels lighter. They feel more free. The food is healthier. The air is crisper. And that negative spirit just isn't there. That capitalism freaking demon hovering over the earth isn't really, it's not there as much anymore. Obviously capitalism exists throughout the entire world, but I do feel like the US, just because of what it has done, the things that the people and like, I don't want to say founding fathers because they're not my father, but like, you know, the people before us that created and built this country, just the evils that were done to make the US what it is now, I still I feel like it still looms over the earth. But it doesn't mean that while you're living here, or if you live in the US, you can't have a great experience, because life is beautiful and the Most High has been showing me that each and every day. I just know that I still feel that. It's just whether or not, and it's a day by day basis, whether or not I choose to acknowledge it or not. But regardless of where you live, if you want to have a great experience and you want to see this life from a bright and light filled perspective, then you can, no matter where you live. But this whole week it's been relatively cloudy. Sun hasn't been out that much, and it's been like raining on and off as well. But today I was outside. It's kind of like in a state of meditation while I was watching the calm before the storm. It looked like it was about to storm. It did rain, but it didn't really storm. But the clouds were set up. I wish I took a video of it. It was beautiful. There was like one pocket of light that was like blooming through the heavens that came in. But there was the lights, or not the lights, the clouds were set up grayish, and they're moving fast, and you can tell that the storm or the rains was about to come, because it kept getting, the clouds got thicker and thicker and very dark, right? And I'm standing on my balcony on my apartment complex. I'm just looking out. I'm like on the top floor, so I have a good view over everything, right? And there's these kids, this little boy in particular, think his friend came out that today. I'm assuming it was his friend. They played with each other. But it's usually this little kid, and it's no more than maybe like 8, 9. And he's usually out every single day. And my apartment complex is obviously mostly older adults, 30s, 40s, 20s, people that are working and they're not like out. I mean, they do come out at certain times, mostly people that are like walk their dogs and stuff. But today there was really no one outside. I saw like 2 adults. It was mainly this kid, and he's outside almost every day without fail. And one of the things that I like about this kid is that when he's outside, he finds a friend in anyone, right? Obviously, to an extent, you gotta be careful. But he comes outside, and there'd be other people that I know aren't his parents, because I see them walk from other sides of the complex to the dog park, because he lives near the dog park. And I assume he lives near a dog park. Actually, yeah, he lives near a dog park, because I'm close to it. And people will come out with their dogs to the dog park, or they'll walk around, and he'll just be conversating with them. Like, at one time I was coming back from the gym, and I saw him on the curb with some woman. She was just sitting there with her dog, and he's just sitting there next to her, and they're chopping it up, having a conversation or whatever. He just seems to be a very friendly child. And I don't know if he has any friends or anything, or maybe there's just not many kids his age that are around. So because of that, he he's just out. He's out doing his thing. And one of the things and because of that, he's just out meeting whoever and talking to them and being friendly. But today in particular, I'm out on my balcony just looking up, admiring what Yah's made. The kid looks up to me, because the storm is basically the rain's about to drop any day now, and he looks up to me and he says, "It's such a beautiful day outside today, isn't it?" And I looked down upon him and I said, "Yes, you're right, bro. It really is. It's really nice out." And then he went and continued to play with his friend or whatever. And just that little statement reminded me that, one, even a child has the capacity to impact adults, and that you are never beyond learning or a teachable moment, even from a child. Obviously, I'm way older and wiser than him, but that doesn't mean that I can't receive anything from a little kid, and I did that day. Because, life is lifing right now, and I got a lot going on. And in this season, well, I'm looking at my camera, it's extremely dark, but it's cool. But in this season, it's truly about trusting Yah in everything that I do, and having let me see if I could turn this on. Oh, yes. Oh, that's sick. Look at that. But it makes me a target, but it's okay. This season is about trusting Yah and understanding that everything that I go through in my life is all a part of the grandiose plan that He has for me, in which He will bring me into the fullness of when it's time. Like I'll know why I'm going through X, Y, and Z. When I step back and I'm in hindsight, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I'm going through that right now, and it's definitely a trying time. I might share the testimony of what I'm going through right now, like it's like legit, like serious. But I trust wholeheartedly that Yah will bring me through it, even though the state that I'm in, for most people, would be like, "Oh man, this is impossible. Like I'm screwed," type situation. But I know I'm not. And the kid just reminded me that to have a childlike spirit, and obviously you be a responsible adult when you get older, but to have a childlike spirit is a superpower in this world, because everyone wants to. The Matrix wants you to think so cardinally and logically about everything. And when you do that, it's kind of like you automatically low-key have a negative view on life. And this kid did not have that view. While everyone else was inside and the storms are coming, and usually people would say that that's bad weather, this kid was outside saying how beautiful it is today. And he doesn't even know me. And we were able to share that moment for like 2 seconds. But yeah, just having a childlike spirit, like it literally says in scripture, in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to become like that of a child. You have to relinquish your adult thinking, leaning on your own understanding, and truly surrendering to the Most High. That's what it means to be like that of a child, because children are very gullible and believe things that people tell them easily. They're more trusting than adults, because as you get older, you go through experiences that kind of ruin that for you and become more hardened. And it's a form of protection against evil people, right? But the Most High has our best interests at heart, and sometimes it's really hard to trust Him because we equate our relationship with God to our relationship with man, to our relationship with other people who may have wronged us or lied to us or didn't do what we wanted them to do. But we have to remember that the Most High is above all that, and He is perfect in His ways, and that anything that He is bringing us through, especially if you are a believer, is for a divine purpose. And He'll never leave you or forsake you. He'll never let you go hungry. If He cares about the birds of the field, and not the birds of the field, the birds of the air and the grass of the field, how much more does He care about His chosen seed, His people? He does. And I had to remind myself that also the imagination of a child is powerful, and it's beyond powerful. To be able to find fun and enjoyment in just the simpleness of life, because it's not like there's a playground in our apartment complex, but it's kind of whack, it's kind of weak. So I'm not over there, I don't live over there, so I don't know if the kid ever goes over there, but he finds his own fun. And I feel like the art of doing that has been lost, especially as you get older. And it's not like it's not like an adult can't do that, but it takes a little bit of your imagination, a little bit of tapping into that childlike self to be in a tough situation, or be in the grind, or a mundane situation, or it's just daily life, the daily drag, and still find a way to find enjoyment. That's not something that's like compromising yourself, like smoking, drinking, being lustful, stuff like that. Just like the natural fun that you had when you were a child. And I find that as I continue to grow in my artistic process, and I'm going deeper as an artist, and I'm learning more things about myself and more techniques, and I'm getting better at my craft, that childlike spirit just continues to be nourished more and more and more and more. Like the whole process of creating art, you have to tap into your childlike spirit. You can't just fully do that from an adult mind. Because for me personally, if I didn't tap into my childlike spirit, if I didn't nurture it more, my imagination wouldn't be as vast. And it might be harder for me to create characters and draw and stuff like that, and make the pieces that I make. But that was just the main thing that I wanted to speak on today. This world is already tough enough. So much going on. So it's good to find a way to, come back to yourself. Learn more about yourself. Be more in tune and in that oneness with yourself. I think that's a very great thing to be a part of. One of the things I'm going to start doing with these videos, I don't believe that I have to talk, because the style that I enjoy is like that split screen thing. So it's like partially me speaking, and then you see me creating my piece, like my drawings or my art or whatever. And as I'm getting older, and wiser and getting deeper into my relationship with God, I don't always feel like I have to speak for that long. You know, like some of my older videos are like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and I went back and listened to them. They're good videos, but I don't have to talk for that long. But I still want to include an element of relaxation within these videos. So just in case you're someone who doesn't necessarily create art, you can use these videos as a meditation for you as well. Because I'm not going to really be putting like music behind it much unless I feel called to. It's mainly going to be ambient noise, which honestly I've been doing more of when I create, and it's like a cheat code. I'm not even going to lie. I feel like I kind of stopped listening to music with lyrics in it when I draw or when I'm creating art, unless I've already created the bulk of it. I'm just like coloring it in or whatever, just adding the colors to it. But like if I'm like starting from scratch, I usually don't listen to music anymore with words, because I find that it was kind of like, I don't know what's the word, it was kind of like interfering with my imagination, with my creativity. Because like when you listen to words and people are saying lyrics, they're giving you their opinion on life, and I didn't want an opinion on life. I didn't want anyone to tell me what's what. I kind of just wanted to do it on my own. I want to have the imagination of my own and come up with my own thoughts and not have it be swayed by words. So recently I've just been doing listening to instrumentals, and I know instrumentals that can sway your mind in a way too, especially if a song is like darker or if it's lighter. Those things are real. Like you can listen to a song that has like a, you know what I'm saying, and like that can like hype you up, or you can listen to a song that's something that's a little bit smoother, and that can change the way in which you create. But for the most part, I feel like that's not as potent than someone literally singing and saying words. Even if it's positive affirmations, it's still someone sharing their opinion and like low-key like hijacking your thoughts, which like it sounds bad, it's not, but for me I just don't like to do it. But if you're someone that does, that's perfectly fine. Everyone's different in the way they create. But for me, I found that ambient music, or even just ambient noise, like I listen to this 10-hour blizzard so many times, like sometimes I'll go to sleep listening to that, or I'll just create just listening to a blizzard. It's 10 hours and it just keeps going. I like that really helps. But for these videos, I'm going to be using mainly a rain sounds or a brown noise sound. It's like either one of the two that I mixed myself. So, you know, copyright purposes, I won't use other people's stuff. These were like free sounds that I got, that I could download, and then I just like looped them and like changed the EQs and all that stuff and made it suitable to myself. And I'll have that in the background. But yeah, that's the main thing that I wanted to say today. It's just that you see so much happening in the world. Wars, rumors of wars, and obviously we're in the final days. And many things seem uncertain, but put your faith and trust in the Most High, like how a child trusts an adult or a parent or whatever. You even do it even more than that. Like you put your whole life in the hands of Yah, and then you just relinquish it to Him, and you just believe that whatever believe that the promises in the Bible that He will never leave you or forsake you, He'll provide for you, are true, and He's not lying, and He will pull up and show out for you. It's just that sometimes things are delayed. Things are delayed either in the spirit. Maybe there's something going on spiritually you don't know. Maybe you prayed for something and you don't see an answer right away. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I don't see an answer right away, but I gotta remember, like, shoot, things could be delayed in the spirit. There's like wars and stuff happening spiritually. Or yeah, it's just like, I want to test him a little bit more. I want to test her a little bit more, just to, you know, like season the faith. Like that's literally how I see y'all doing it for me. He just wants to test me a little bit more so He can season the faith, make me trust Him more. But I know that y'all will pull up for me. and show out for me. And when I overcome this thing that I'm going through, the testimony would be so great that when I share it with others, hopefully I'll put a little fire in them too to trust God. Because it's like, there's one thing to, you know, and I mean, I'm saying this as someone who's literally doing that. Like, I'm kind of like talking about God, and like, not kind of talking about God. I am talking about God, and I'll maybe share a testimony and like sharing advice and stuff. And like, it's one thing to hear about it on a YouTube video, and like a lot of times that really helps. But it just hits even more when you hear it in real life with someone you actually know. And there's a ton of people that I know would benefit from testimonials, because I've heard testimonials from people that have told me things in real life, and it gave me encouragement. But yeah, so just the structure of these videos again, I want to make this a channel for people that want to come and relax. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna like talk about nothing. Like, I might talk about something real and serious, but I don't think I'm gonna be talking for an entire session. So if my drawing sessions, because I base it based on my drawing sessions, so if I got one drawing session I recorded and it's like 40 minutes, then I will talk for like however long I feel like talking. If I only talk for 7 minutes, then what I'll do, which I'm about to do in like 2 minutes, I'm gonna keep recording my video. I'm gonna keep recording, but I might just sit here and just not say anything and look out the window and relax. And maybe you can do that as well. You can use this as just like a meditation. Just sit and relax and just breathe, you know? Sometimes a lot of YouTubers feel like they gotta say everything. You gotta talk on and on and on. You don't really have to. Like, I might come on here one time and just look out the window. Say, hey, how's it going? And then just look out the window and relax. And there ain't nothing wrong with that either. Just looking out the window, relaxing, praying, praising the Most High. That's it. And then one end will be the drawing, the other end will just be me sitting here. And then I don't remember exactly how long because I recorded the drawing session like a week ago. So I don't remember how long it was, but I'll just cut it off when it's ready. The split screen thing, so just sitting here and relaxing. That's all it is. Looking out. I'm definitely someone that likes to look out. When I'm old, I hope to have a house where I have a deck, but also a porch, because I will have a rocking chair, and I will sit out. You know what? Why did I say when I'm old? I'll get that when I'm young. I'll get that now. I'm going to get that early in life. And I'm going to sit outside on a rocking chair on my porch as a young man, and I will rock as I just watch the earth wake up and go to sleep, and then watch all the things that are alive do their daily tasks. I love people watching, but I also just love looking out my window. Just looking. The more you look, eventually you'll find something, right? But yeah, so meditation. It's gonna be a meditation drawing session. I might put a timestamp in if you wanna just. Actually, no, I won't do that because it doesn't matter. You just. I'm gonna start the drawing video as soon as the video starts anyway, so you can just draw with me and listen, or just sit and relax. But I'm gonna shut up now because I feel like I'm starting to ramble. But the last thing I will say is that in the description. Oh, I just remembered. I just published my website. I just launched it recently, my art website. So if you want to purchase any of my art, just click the link in my description or go in my bio on my YouTube channel where the banner is and all that, and just click the link, sellgrapho.com. You see on the website, it's a little bit about myself and my gallery, some stuff I've created, and then there's an option to buy my art if you want to buy it, and then if you want to make any donations, there's a link for that as well. If you want to go straight to the donations, if you want to bless me with something, I'm more than grateful for whatever, no matter how large or small. I praise the Most High for anything that I receive, and I thank you. But if you want to do that, if you want to go straight to the donations, then you'll click the link that has the heading other links / donations. It'll be right under the website in the description. Just click that, and if you want to send a donation, you send me a donation. If you don't want to, it's fine as well. If you want to send me a message, and if you want to send me a message, you want to say, hey, what's up, or you want to send me a good word, you can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can send me an email to my business email. I'll put that in the description as well. I know people outside are looking at me because it is really dark now, and my light is on, and I definitely is standing out, but I do not care, because I didn't want to just be talking and it's like pitch black and you guys can't see anything at all. It's kind of weird. Hopefully you could see me a little bit, but yeah, I'm very proud of myself for publishing my website. And the last thing I will say is that if you want to get updates on just art in general, I'm definitely gonna be posting way more on Instagram, because the editing process is just easier, so you'll get more up-to-date stuff. Any updates that have to do with my website, if I have to make a mass announcement, I'll definitely put that on Instagram on my stories, so make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. So grapho.x, all that will be in the other links section in the description. For those that don't know, I'm also a videographer and a photographer. So I have another channel that's just called So Grapho. It's the same name. This one's just So Grapho X, and the other one's So Grapho. So if you want to follow that one, I'll get back on that one when the time is right. But I have a good bit of videos on there and actual meditations where I'm not talking that you can listen to if you want to just straight up meditate. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to sit here and relax for about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. And if you want to follow along and draw, you can. If not, you just want to sit and chill, you can sit and chill. All praises to the Most High. This life is beautiful. You just have to see it, to view it differently. Just being alive is a blessing in itself, and I don't ever want to take it for granted.